Hello everyone, and welcome to HowFixIT. If your iPhone front camera shows a black screen, won't switch to the selfie camera, your selfies are blurry or won't focus, or Face ID is disabled with messages like Face ID not available, and you can't set it up, this video is for you. In this step-by-step guide, I'll show you how to replace the iPhone 17 front camera assembly, calibrate it with Repair Assistant, and restore Face ID functionality. For this repair, you'll need a precision screwdriver set, plastic pry tools, tweezers, a suction cup, and a screen disassembly tool, which are all essential for safely opening an iPhone. To restore water resistance, you'll also need adhesive sealing tape. I've included links to all the tools and replacement parts in the video description below. For the best results, I highly recommend using a magnetic mat to organize screws and small parts during disassembly. The iPhone 17 has dozens of screws in different sizes, and a magnetic mat keeps everything secure and helps you put each screw back in the correct place during reassembly. Let's begin by accessing the internals through the back glass. Remove the two screws flanking the USB-C port at the bottom of the iPhone. Next, place your iPhone face down and use a regular hairdryer or heat gun to warm the bottom of the back glass until it's slightly uncomfortable to touch but not burning hot. Heat the back glass for about 2 minutes with a hairdryer or up to 90 degrees Celsius, 194 degrees Fahrenheit, with a heat gun. The goal is to soften the adhesive holding the back glass to the middle frame. Once heated, place your suction cup on the lower portion of the back glass and pull up on the suction cup handle with steady pressure to create a small gap between the back glass and the frame. Insert a thin pry tool in the gap and carefully separate the glass from the frame. If no gap appears, apply more heat or add a small drop of isopropyl alcohol to the gap between the frame and the glass. Then try again. To maintain the temperature of the heated glass, remember to periodically warm its surface as you work. As you work around the phone, never insert your pry tool deeper than 3 mm. This is crucial because there are delicate components close to the edges, including a cable near the volume buttons and multiple spring contacts around the entire perimeter. At the top edge, the back glass is held by two hinges. When you reach them, push the back glass slightly downward to release the hinges. Carefully swing the back glass open toward the right side of the iPhone. Like opening a book, you'll now see the battery connector cover secured by two small screws. Remove the two screws securing the battery connector cover, then use your tweezers to remove this cover. With your plastic spudger, carefully pry up and disconnect both the battery and back glass press connectors. Now you can fully remove the back glass from the phone. I recommend covering the camera lens with a protective sticker to keep dust and debris off the glass. If you don't have one, just be extra careful and avoid touching the lens while you work. Remove the 4 screws securing the connector bracket, then remove it. Disconnect the 2 ribbon cables and lift out the front camera module. If your iPhone 17 front camera shows a black screen, won't switch to the selfie camera, your selfies come out blurry or won't focus, or Face ID is disabled and you can't set it up, the front camera assembly may be faulty. I've included a link to a compatible replacement front camera assembly for the iPhone 17 in the video description below. Before installing the new module, use a blower to remove any dust from the lens. Place the front camera into its recess and connect the 2 ribbon cables. Reinstall the connector bracket and secure it with the 4 screws. Reconnect the back glass cable and the battery cable to the logic board, then power on the iPhone to test that everything works properly. After the first boot, you'll need to calibrate the new front camera module using Repair Assistant. Go to Settings, then select General, and then the About section. You will see a new section, Parts and Service History. Go to this section and follow the calibration prompts. After calibration, open the camera app, switch to the front-facing camera, and confirm the image is clear and properly focused. Once everything passes, let's restore water resistance. Open the iPhone again and disconnect the battery and rear glass cables. I recommend covering the camera lens with a protective sticker to keep dust and debris off the glass. If you don't have one, just be extra careful and avoid touching the lens while you work. Remove the old adhesive tape from the iPhone's frame. Once the iPhone is opened, the adhesive tape loses its sealing properties and can no longer protect your device from water and dust. We'll replace it with new waterproof sealing tape to restore dust and moisture protection. Just keep in mind this won't bring the phone back to factory water resistance, so it's best not to submerge it after the repair. If you don't have new adhesive tape ready, it's better to leave the old tape in place until you're prepared to replace it. Clean the perimeter of the frame where adhesive will be applied. Use a cotton swab cloth with isopropyl alcohol to wipe away any oils or debris. Then let it air dry completely. Carefully align the new adhesive along the edges of the frame and make sure it sits evenly all the way around. Press it down around the entire perimeter using a plastic tool so it bonds securely. Then peel off the protective liner to expose the adhesive surface and continue with reassembly. Reconnect the back glass and battery cables to the logic board, then reinstall the bracket and secure it with the 2 screws. Please note that the bracket has 3 loops that must fit into their grooves on the main board before you tighten the 2 screws. Carefully position the back glass over the frame and press down, starting at one edge and working across. Apply firm, even pressure around the entire perimeter to ensure strong adhesive contact. Finally, reinstall the 2 screws near the charging port to finish assembly. If you found this guide helpful, please like this video and subscribe to HowFixIT for more detailed repair tutorials. Visit our website for more insights and do-it-yourself guides. Remember, every tech challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.